Hi, this is Dean Graziosi, and welcome back to this week's blog. Hey, last week's call was really awesome, wasn't it? I hope you got to join us and jump on the call. If not, hopefully you listened to the replay. If you didn't listen to the replay, I'll make sure they put a link below so you can listen to it. I thought the call went fantastic, and good to have you on it. It's good to get that out there, get that inspiration, get that motivation, and the techniques that we shared. Listen, those calls can't be hours and hours of training, but if you get 1, 2, 3 little nuggets and inspired to take action the next day, well, then I did my job. Okay, what I want to talk about today, thank you so much for all the wonderful comments. I do read every single comment that goes on the blogs. I read a big majority of all comments on dg.com, but on my blog I read all of them. And thanks for all the great comments. I truly do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It's what keeps me sitting here every single week, inspired to come do another video for you. Here's what I want to talk about today. So many times it kind of leads off what we talked about last week with somebody saying you're lucky or you're spoiled, right? And then what kind of people say those kind of things. Well, here's another one that's really important. Sometimes people will ask me, how'd you get so successful? What's your secret to success? And there's a lot of things, and I can cover from overcoming obstacles, focusing on solutions, embracing challenges, to embracing change, to just not letting negative people talk you out of your goals. There's lots of things that successful people have in common, and I'd love to spend more time on that, which I will. Here's what I want to talk about one today. So many people will tell me, my cousin, my coworker, my mother, my father, my wife, my husband, talked me out of my dreams. They made sense, and what they said seemed to resonate, so I stopped. Here's a little trick I'm going to give you. Do not take advice from anyone who hasn't done what you want to do and has succeeded. I'm going to say it again. Do not take advice from anyone who hasn't done what you want to do and has succeeded. If you want to invest in real estate, do not take advice from your coworker who's pissed off at the world, who just tells you you're crazy, real estate doesn't work. Find someone making money in real estate and get some advice or mentoring from them. Here's another thing I realized too. I used to think that you could get good advice from someone who has tried something and failed. At least you know what not to do. And it is pretty good, but it's a slippery slope. And here's why. Because the only thing they know how to do is fail at that thing. So if you find somebody who failed at real estate investing because maybe they got involved in 2004 when the market was going so straight up, and they got sucked into all the hype of real estate, and they bought something in 04 and tried to sell it in 06 after it went over the hill and the bubble burst, and now they have a 04 price and they're way down here stuck with a piece of property. You ask that person, what do they think about investing in real estate? And they'll only tell you every single reason why real estate doesn't work. That's not the person you need to take advice from. I say this a lot. I love my parents dearly, my mother and my father, but they've been married a lot each. My dad 4 or 5 times, my mom 4 or 5 times. They're not the people I take marriage advice from. I want to find someone who's 55 years old, who's been married for 40 or 30 years, and they're still holding hands and have wonderful children. They're the ones I want to find advice and listen to. I don't want to listen to someone who fights with their husband every day or fights with their wife every day and then tells me how to run my life. So you got to remember, who you take advice from could do 2 things. Who you take advice from can talk you out of your goal when they have no qualifications to talk you out of it. And secondly, getting the wrong advice is so costly. Guys, so costly, because what it does, it starts conversations in your head that'll only talk you out of your dreams. Think about it. The conversation that's going on in your head is what you live every day. If you wake up every day and say, today's a horrible day, there's no way I can make more money, and this is as good as it's going to get. Guess what life is for you? That's your reality. Life is as good as it's going to get. It's going to be a horrible day. My life stinks. If you say it, that's what you're going to get. So do not let the wrong people fill your head with information if they're unqualified. So that's my advice for today. You want to make money in real estate? You want to be a positive person? Hang around positive people, someone who's smiling and happy every day. If you want to be smiling and happy every day, and you talk to somebody who's miserable and grumpy, and you let them fill your mind, and then you start having that conversation in your head, forget it. Find someone who's doing what you want, and even better, and have them as a mentor, a friend, or just someone in your life. I'm Dean Graziosi. Thanks for watching. We'll have another great message for you next week.